What's up? 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 What is up? How are y'all doing today? It is Saturday, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful start to your weekend. I am your host, Emmanuel Eman Noisette, and today we're going to talk about a couple of topics. It is going to be a shorter live. Not too much news was popping off, but we'll cover a couple of things. We got some Jonathan Major news. Is Kang going to come back? Marvel apparently has responded to the whole idea of Black Panther, and we got some updates with that. And then apparently there's some drama going on with the Deadpool and Marvel, and we'll get into all of that and a couple of topics. But we do need to cover some other things while we're here. Oh, snaps, almost forgot. So y'all know I love to keep my little Funko Pops here and there, but I just got a new addition to the collection. I can't wait till I move. Like one day I'm gonna have enough money so I can move and get a place that I can like really decorate, right? But man, there was no way I could pass this up, y'all. I could not pass this up. Look at this. Will y'all look? Yes, that's right. They had this. I think I ordered this on Black Friday. Can you see it? I know there's a glare there. I ordered this on Black Friday and it finally came. I'm so happy. Bro, you got to go right up there. Yeah, right up there. We got to get Blade right up there. So I was very, very happy about that. It was just too good to pass up. Could not pass that up at all. In case you have been following, you probably saw that, I got a chance to hang out with a couple of cool people. Got a chance to see Mr. Fish and Loaves himself, Harold Perrineau. He had came out to Chicago along with some other guy. What was his name? Morris Chestnut, something like that. So I was able to hang out with him. It was funny because getting that loud. I'm gonna need y'all to keep Mrs. E-Man honest. Okay. She gonna come on here talking about I didn't invite her. I told her if you want to come and meet Morris Chestnut and all that and Harold, you're more than welcome. She's like, nah, I don't need it. Nah, I don't. Okay. So I go because I got work to do, right? I gotta go, gotta audit. And then I come back and she like, so you just didn't want to take me to see Morris. I'm like, are you serious? Are you just told me? So what we're not gonna do is change history, okay? But it was funny because Morris and Harold came out again. This time they were going to it was a bar out in Chicago, downtown Chicago. And they invited me. They invited me to come out. So I told my wife, I said, listen, you coming with me, right? Like let's go, because I don't want to hear no excuse. Okay. If Harold and Morris are gonna be there, I don't want to hear no excuses talking about you didn't invite me. You didn't. So she came. And I will post the video. I took a video. I'll post that video. So make sure you following so you can see. But I did want to give y'all a little context. Oh, I did want to give some other context of what happened. So it was funny when I was in line, because it was for the Sable bourbon. So that's the liquor that Harold and Morris and Tay Diggs and Malcolm Lee, that they all started. It was funny because when I get in line, Harold looked at me. He was like, "Hey, online, right? Online." Yeah. And I was like, "Yes, that's right. We've met online and stuff." So, he did recognize me, and that was cool. And it was kind of funny. And I didn't mean this in a bad way. But y'all know I'm covering from all day, every day. So like I'm excited to see Harold, right? So I walk up to Harold. I'm like, "Hey, how's it going, man? Blah blah blah. Blah blah. Fromly, yeah. Oh, my Morris, how's it going, man? Yeah, love your stuff, brother. All right, but Harold, how's it going, brother?" I didn't mean to be mean, and I wasn't trying to be, but I was just like, "Yo, it's a me and Harold thing. Like, it's a family thing, Besides, listen, the line was wrapped around the building, and I want to say at least 98% of them women's was all out there dressed like they was going to a club. This was in a liquor store, by the way, but they was dressed like they was going to a club or something. and they was all there for Morris. Let's just be 100. A lot of them were there for Morris. Because I heard it in the line. I'm sitting there in the line, and people like, oh, I can't wait to see Morris. Oh, when Morris said, yeah, I can't wait to take my picture with Morris. And I was just like, man, see, like Morris is fine. Like he ain't, he's gonna be all right. I wanted to show a little support for Harold, but nah, I'm just playing though. Like we was cool. It was all good. It was funny because was it? No, I can't talk about that. Okay, I can't talk about that. But I will talk about this. When I went to the bar and I met Harold and Morris again, and they were giving out samples of their bourbon, which by the way, actually tastes pretty good. Like I was kind of shocked about that, but it tastes pretty good. I noticed some people in the Fromily kept saying, man, when are y'all gonna have Morris Chestnut come and play on From? And I told this to Harold. I told it to Harold. I was like, yo, the Fromily, they asking people like, when is Morris gonna come on the From? And it was funny because I swear the same idea. And we was just like, Morris can't come on the From. He not gonna live that long. Like, why are y'all in a hurry to get this man killed? Morris gonna show up and he gonna open the door and it's gonna be a problem. Like, we don't need Morris Chestnut on From. Let Boyd take care of that. Okay, let him take care of that situation over there. We don't need to further complicate things. Okay. Anyway, I'll post the videos and stuff for that later. I just wanted to give y'all a little context to that whole situation. Anyway, let's see who made it out, and let's give a couple quick shout outs here. Paulette, good to see you. Thank you so much. Pierre, what is going on? King Chad, how you doing? My man Mitchell is back. Good to see you. Let's see. Tane, what is up? Sam K, hello. Char, hello. Talented one, I see him. Tracy, how is it going? Treese, what's up? Angel, what's going on, sir? Shauna, hello. My man Lou is back. Corey, how you doing? Jay, how are you? Rhonda, what's up? We got the homie Kiki West. Good to see you. Sean, what's up? My man Nelson V is here. Rachel, appreciate you coming through. Curry, hello. Kristen, what's up? Wouldn't be alive without Miss Harper. Thank you so much for making it out. Let's see. We also got my man Just Opinions. Just My Opinion Reviews. Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe. Might have something special coming up soon, so y'all make sure y'all go check that out. Philroy, what is going on? Felicia, thank you so much for being here. Portia, what's up? My man Ism is back. Good to see you. Mac, always a pleasure to have you. Across the pond, my man London. From London, Stamina MC, what is up? Theo, what is going on? Latrice, good to see you. My man Derek is here. Andrew, how you doing? Who else did I see? Tasha, hello. Ike, what is going on? Ill, good to see you. Deshaun, what's up? Grace Stoke, hello. Famous Jay, good to see you. Debo's here. Tanya, appreciate you coming through. Riga, hello. Who else did I see? Jam, hello. Diane, what's up? My man Chris is back. Good to see you, man. It's been a while. Braxton, hello, and shout out to everyone that has made it out tonight. I really appreciate you guys. All right, like I said, we're gonna make this quick. It's not a lot of news that's going on right now, so we'll go through them real quick. I know for a fact I will not have y'all here for 3 hours. I know that. I put that on everything. Shout out to the replay gang, because I know y'all will hold me accountable. All right, let's do some quick updates. Just some minor things here or there that's been going on in the news. So this is not necessarily movie related, but I'm gonna make an exception because I love this. The Arkham series has been one of my favorite game franchises, and it seems like they are finally going to make another. Rocksteady is going to develop a new single player Batman game. And even though it is going to be years away from release, I don't care. That's fine. It's okay. Take your time. Because one thing is, at least y'all are making something that people actually ask for. Okay? Because I can tell you one thing. Did nobody ask y'all for, what was it, the Gotham Knights or the little Knights or whatever? Did nobody ask you for that? Did nobody ask you to go take the B Team Suicide Squad and go kill off the Justice League and make that a Fortnite game. Nobody asked y'all for that. And that's why y'all failed and flopped and lost hundreds of millions of dollars. But another Arkham game, another Batman single player game, that's what we want. That's what I'm here for. Please listen. You look at some of the most successful games out there. Some of the look at Red Dead, Grand Theft. A lot of these games look exactly the same. They've only expanded. Shout out to Spider-Man, with Insomnia. Like Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man 2, Miles, Morales. Like, you don't need to change a whole lot if you've got something good. So, yes, please make another Batman game. Make it a continuation. And by the way, Suicide Squad, even though y'all was trash, I'm not going to act like, we didn't see that little cover up at the end where they were like, oh, yeah, yeah, all them other heroes, they were clones. They were clones. So, yeah, everything that happened didn't really count. Man, shut up. Get out of my face. Anyway, what else we got? Oh, we got something from AMC. AMC is making changes to its A-list membership. The price will be going up. Now it's $26 a month. Woo! Even higher if you live in California or New York. But now you can watch up to 4 movies per week. Yikes. How much was the A-list before? I didn't have A-list. Was it like $20 or something like that? Maybe. Y'all kind of sort of taking away the incentive of having the membership, because now, like, it was 20. Okay, 2023. I mean, if you divide, here's the thing: the only way this will be of value is if you go 4 times in a month. Oh wait, no, it says 4 times per week. Oh wait, I'll take that back. That's not bad. 4 movies per week. Okay, I misread that. I thought it was 4 per month. I was gonna say just go to the $5 Tuesday, but 4 per week is interesting. But here's the other question: are there 4 movies in a week that you could even see? I mean, now don't get me wrong. 2025 is gonna have a lot of films. We're gonna have a lot of films, but if it was like last year, I don't know if I could say there was 4 movies in a week that I'd want to keep seeing. I don't know. Unless you that kind of person that likes to repeat movies and stuff. But yeah, I do. If we get a good amount of movies, 4 films per week, yeah, that does sound worth it then. Okay, I stand corrected. Yeah, hey, man, what am I doing? Maybe I should look into that myself. I don't know why I've been slipping on that. But anyway, price is going up. So y'all let me know, how do you feel about the price going up? Is it still worth it if it's $26 per month now? But you do get the increase of 4 movies per week. Whatever you think, let me know in the comments. We do have a quick Last of Us update. So Last of Us Part 2, the game, will be adapted over more than 2 seasons for the show, the HBO show. And they say here, I think it's pretty likely that our story will extend past a season 3. So it looks like they're going into this for the long haul. There was already kind of talk about how they might split up season 2, kind of like in 2 halves. So we'll have to see how they're going to go about it. But I mean, listen, it's TV, and it's not surprising that they would want to milk it. My only hope is that you just don't milk it so much that it becomes oversaturated. Walking Dead. You just don't want that to happen. But y'all let me know, are you okay with season 2 and maybe a season 3 and going past season 3, so maybe a season 4? Is there enough material in Last of Us Part 2? Because I haven't played Last of Us Part 2. Is there enough material that you think could stretch out for 2, 3, or 4 seasons? And I'm assuming those seasons are like 8 episodes, maybe, give or take, each 8 to 10. I don't know. Y'all let me know, especially those that have watched it. No spoilers, please. Um, what else do we have? Oh, we got a quick Dune update. So, in case you did not know, Denis Villeneuve, the director of Dune, he was saying that he was not going to do Dune Part 3 until after doing another movie. He was going to do another movie, and then he was like, all right, then I'll jump into Dune Part 3. But it looks like now he's got a change of heart. It's saying here, Denis Villeneuve says he planned to do another project before Dune Messiah, but the love for Dune from cinephiles around the world convinced him to return now. He said, I felt an appetite and desire to see more and a responsibility to finish that story. So let me just say, I don't believe him. I don't believe that he just all of a sudden found out people liked the movie and people wanted to see more. Bro, just say that the check has cleared. Just let me know that. Just say me and Warner Brothers, we went ahead, we got the deals together, and we are going to get this going right now. Here's something else. I said back when Dune 2 was coming out and we were talking about that, I said that it might, and I was just speculating, it might be the case that it could be a negotiation tactic. That if Denis were to win a whole bunch of awards, best director, best picture, all of that, then maybe that would give him more leverage to get more money to do Dune 3. However, in case you did not know, Dune and Denis has been kind of snubbed multiple times in many different categories, whether it's the Oscars, Critics' Choice, etc. So some of that leverage might be gone or slipping. So I'm not surprised if he was like, hey, y'all wanna just do this now? Y'all want to do this Dune 3 now? Let's just do this now. Let's do it right now while I still got a little bit of, run in me. So that's just my opinion. I think that because Dune kept getting snubbed, because Denis probably isn't winning best director or best picture or whatever, now's a very good time to go ahead and cash in on that value. But y'all let me know, how do you feel about Dune? Did you like Dune 2? Are you looking forward to Dune 3? Feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comments. Real quick, and I wasn't planning on doing this, but I think I'll go ahead and do it now. That's not it. This is super impromptu, but it is weighing on my heart, so I want to talk about it. Let me see if I can get it up here for y'all. No. Okay. In case you're looking for something to watch, I need y'all to go watch Paradise. Paradise is currently on Hulu, and Paradise stars Sterling K. Brown, James Marsden, and it is easily, in my opinion, the best thing on Hulu right now. The challenge that I would give to you, if you're, kind of on the fence of whether you want to watch Paradise or not, the challenge I would say is watch the very first episode of Paradise, and when you get to the very end, if you're not interested, leave it alone, walk away. But if you are interested, if you're curious, go the distance, finish the rest of them. I have not finished the entire series. I did get a chance to get some screeners, so I've made it up to episode 7. When I tell you, and obviously I'm not going to spoil it, but when I tell you episode 7 gave me so much stress on my heart, I was so emotionally moved. I was like, I mean, I might have shed a couple thug tears. I might, because not only was the drama thick, not only was the acting amazing, not only was the story compelling, but I was literally scared because they made their situation so realistic. So realistic. I was like, if this ever happened, I would be crying. I'd be crying. So I don't know how it ends. You know, for whatever reason, they have not given out episode 8, but stick with it. So if you're watching it, if you're like, I don't know, you stick with this. You made it past episode 1. You stick with it. Because the way that this goes, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Sterling K. Brown absolutely deserves an Emmy. You know, I mean, this show deserves some award consideration for sure. I'm a little hesitant to hurry up and like I don't like reviewing shows when I haven't seen the whole thing. But if they ended this show on the cliffhanger that is episode 7, I would probably say that this show is close to a 9 out of 10. Now, I don't know where it's going to end, you know, with 8. But if they ended it at episode 7, I would give this a 9 out of 10. My only knock against this show is that there were some things that were a little predictable. Some twists were a little predictable. And some, no, that was about it. That was about it. There were certain things I'm like, yeah, okay. I know that this is not going to happen, and I know that this is going to be revealed later. Like, it was a couple things, but characters are fantastic. Story seems very scarily realistic. Absolutely worth the watch if you want to have something. And I think that I don't want to compare it to another show, because the second you compare it to a certain show, it'll kind of give away, you know, the big twist in this. So I'm not going to do that. But yeah, absolutely Paradise. Go check it out. Worth the watch on Hulu. Really, really enjoyed that. Really enjoyed that. If you have been watching Paradise, please feel free to let me know, what did you think about it in the comments down below. Okay, let's see. Okay, here's another one, because I didn't think I was going to do this. This is completely off the cuff. I didn't even think I was going to talk about this. Man, I watched The Day of the Jackal. Yo. Day of the Jackal. That is on Peacock, and this one stars Eddie Redmayne, and Lashana Lynch. And it's an interesting story about an assassin, Eddie. He's an assassin, and I believe she's an MI6 agent, Lashana Lynch, who's tasked with, you know, tracking him down. This series, to me, was really, really good. My wife and I sat down and watched it. We were in all the way. I'll say that, okay, I'll start with some of the bad first. No, I'll start with the good. I had no idea how much I'd be rooting for certain characters. Okay. There were some characters in here. I was like, listen, I got no business rooting for you. I don't know why I'm rooting for you, but I think I'm rooting for you. And then there were some characters I was kind of like, man, I don't know if I trust you. I don't know if you know, being honest or not. There were some annoying characters. Save that for the bad. But the drama was up there. The tension was up there. There were certain moments that you gonna clench your butt cheeks because you like, ah! Like, you know. So very good storytelling, interesting characters, interesting story. The ending, because all the episodes are out. I'm late. I'm late to it. All the episodes are out. The ending I thought was pretty compelling. But yeah, there were some negatives for this for me. With Paradise, with not Paradise, with Day of the Jackal, some of the writing didn't work for me. So, for example, the families, okay, the families that are connected here annoyed the hell out of me. Every one of these families, I was just like, none of y'all make sense. None of y'all act like realistically how someone would react in those certain situations. Um, so to me, that part was like really, it felt like fluff. It felt like we just want to manufacture drama for Lashana Lynch's character and for Eddie Redmayne's character. So let's just make this up. It did not feel authentic at all. So the families were annoying and dumb. What else was there? I don't think it was too predictable. It wasn't too predictable. I would say that there were some interesting twists that I felt like they just threw it in there just to throw it in there. I was just like, you just gonna put this in? Like, okay, you know. So anyway, overall, action was on point. The intensity, suspense was cool. Character, excuse me, the acting was really good. Story was a little, story was iffy. Story was iffy in certain superficial areas, but when it mattered, it counted and it worked. And I love the finale. The finale was really, really good. That was probably the most tense moment for me. So if I had to rate the Day of the Jackal, I would probably give this an 8 out of 10. Definitely worth watching. It's only, I think it's like 8 or 10 episodes. So you could definitely get into it. It's interesting. I believe they already gave the green light for a second season. And it's what's interesting is I like the cat and mouse dynamic between the characters. It reminded me of one of the greatest animes out there, Death Note. It reminded me of that. So I really enjoyed it. So I would also recommend that for y'all. If you have watched Paradise, without spoiling, let me know, what did you think about it? Did you enjoy it? And if you do plan on watching it, come on back to this video and let me know your thoughts on it as well. All right. I was not planning on reviewing anything, but here we are. Okay, let's move on. Buffy. So we've got an update here for Buffy. I don't know about y'all, but like Buffy the Vampire Slayer has been one of those TV shows and movies, just a franchise that was really, really popular, right? I love the movie. I remember watching the movie multiple times. And when it came to the show, I just couldn't keep up with the show. The show was just something that, like, I mean, it went on for like 7 seasons, I want to say, and I just couldn't keep up with it. Like, I would watch it here and there, and it was always good. It was always entertaining. I just couldn't keep up with it. It was like, all right, we about to go up and fight these vampires, and then I tune back and we're fighting Angel, and then I tune back and like, wait, you love Angel? I thought you was fighting him, and then tune back. It was like, nah, we not gonna do that. We're gonna fight against this dude named Spike. I was like, all right, cool. Wait, tune back. Wait, you like Spike now? Wait a minute. I'm so confused. I was so confused. But I also wasn't watching consistently. But regardless, so many people like this show. So many people. So the question was always like, yo, like, are you coming back? Are y'all making another movie? I mean, we already been talking about reboots like every other time. So what's going on? And we do have an update now on what is going on with Buffy the franchise. And it says here, Variety has learned from sources that a sequel series to the beloved Buffy the Vampire Slayer is nearing a pilot order at Hulu. Sources say that Sarah Michelle Gellar is in final talks to once again play the iconic title character in the Untitled Project, although it would focus on a new Slayer and Gellar would appear in a reoccurring role rather than leading the series. And this is also going to be directed and produced by Chloe Zhao. In case you did not know, Chloe Zhao is the one that was Oscar nominated, and I think winner for Nomadland, and she also did Eternals. So now the interesting thing is the show's creative team is not going to be complete because Joss Whedon is not going to be there. Keep in mind, back in 2021, Whedon was accused of creating toxic work environments on Buffy and on the show Angel, and this was by dozens of people. So, I mean, that's really the real question mark here. Can this show work without Joss Whedon? Because, like Joss Whedon or not, he was the reason why both of those shows, Angel and Buffy the Vampire Slayer, were so successful. He made it work, and don't get me wrong, I'm not endorsing nor am I supporting creating toxic work environments, but if he was the magic sauce, can y'all replicate that magic? I don't know. But y'all let me know. How do you feel about Buffy the Vampire Slayer having another series? Now, for those of y'all that have read the books and watched the shows, I know that they say that like every generation Slayer is chosen, but I don't know. What happens to the previous Slayer? Is it kind of like Avatar where you need to wait until the other one dies and then another one is born? Like what happens with the old Slayers? Can you have two Slayers at the same time? I don't know. But y'all let me know whatever you think in the comments down below. Excuse me. Oh, they just age out? That's it? I mean, do they have powers? I keep forgetting, I forget all the lore. Do they have like superpowers or something? Or are they super strong? Because I know, I know that usually they be dead, but I don't know if do they get the superpowers transferred? Are they? I don't know. Now I feel like I gotta go back and rewatch and learn all the lore again. See, I like that. So I was thinking that too. I was wondering, would Buffy actually be the new Watcher? But the Watchers, that's a whole different society, ain't it? Like they a whole different group of people, and I don't know. Okay, whatever. I'm not that invested. It's fine. Okay. Y'all remember we talked about this Emilia Perez stuff that was going on with this movie that probably not enough of y'all even watched. And the whole drama was all about the actress Carla Sofia Gascon. And this is a trans actress who is, I believe, the lead of the movie, who went ahead and made some very bad tweets back in 2020, making tweets about Black people, Muslim people, Chinese people. I mean, you name it. Somebody caught a stray. Now this person got aired out by an independent reporter, and this has caused a lot of controversy, especially right before award season. So I read the tweets and stuff before. We don't have to go back into them. They're bad. Okay, they're as I said before, if you're ever going to sit here and reduce the Holocaust to saying something like Hitler just had a different opinion of the Jews, you're done. You're done. Like there's no coming back from that. But apparently Gascon went ahead and set up an interview, an apology tour, and said the following here: I cannot renounce a nomination because what I have done is a job, and what is being valued is my acting work. Now, I told y'all this last time. I don't care what happens. The best thing to do is to pull out. No pun intended. You gotta rescind your nomination. You gotta be like, look, I can't take this. It's a distraction. Hey, maybe next time. Like I get it. It's about your work, but you're also a walking distraction. If you win anything, people are going to talk about this drama. They're going to talk about your tweets. You're going to be asked about it. You're not going to live it down. But apparently, this actress does not want to back out. Goes on to say, and I cannot renounce a nomination either because I have not committed any crime, nor have I harmed anyone. I'm not a racist, nor am I anything that all these people have taken it upon themselves to try and make others believe that I am. Have you ever noticed that the people that sit here and say, and go out of their way to say, I am not a racist, are usually involved with something racist? At no point in my life, and I'm not trying to say I'm perfect, I'm just saying, at no point in my life do I have to sit here and say I'm not a racist or I'm not a pedophile. You know what I'm saying? Like I've never put myself in a situation where I've had to say this. I'm not a I don't know, fill in the blank. Like usually if there's some smoke, there's probably a whole lot of fire. Just saying. Says here that the Hollywood Reporter has learned that Gascon set up the interview on their own without the involvement of anyone working on the film, which was distributed by Netflix. Imagine doing your PR without the studio behind you at all. Now, they do go on to say, my most sincere apologies to all the people who may have felt offended by the ways I expressed myself in the past, in my present, and in my future. But I thought you didn't do nothing. What you apologizing for if you ain't do nothing? Now, I didn't bring this up just to rehash this. What I brought this up was because I was curious about the co-star. The co-star was Zoe Saldana. Because you got to imagine. Think about this. You just got done making this movie. You just got done being nominated for so many things. And all of a sudden, your future and current award status is in danger because of something your co-star did 4 or 5 years ago. So, of course, because she's getting a whole lot of attention right now, Zoe, she's going to be asked about this. So, I wanted to see about her comments on this situation. She said in response, I'm sad. Time and time again, that's the word, because that is the sentiment that has been living in my chest since everything happened. I'm also disappointed. I can't speak for other people's actions. All I can attest to is my experience, and never in a million years did I ever believe that we would be here. Woo! Woo! Did you see how she just cha-cha'd around that whole situation? Woo! I'm sad. Ooh, watch out. Not me. But my experience, ooh, cha-cha-cha. Woo! That media training got her. That media training was real good. I like it. She didn't say nothing. However, that's still not going to stop people from answering or from asking her more about this. So while she got pressed some more, she says, I feel like I've spoken enough about it, adding that she's still processing the situation. She says, it's not just something we have to figure out immediately. Okay, let's talk about it later. Got it. Now, in the CNN interview that I mentioned before, Gascon stated that Saldana and Selena Gomez supported me 200%. 200. When asked about this, Saldana, taking a long blink, did not confirm that claim. Let me tell y'all something. If someone said to you, I support you 200%, 200, not one, but 200%. And then when that person gets asked about their support for you, and all they give is a long blink, I don't think they support you 200%. That's just my educated guess. Long blinks and no comments do not equal 200%. My math might not be mathing, but I'm just saying. Whew. Like, are we in a cartoon? Long blink. I swear that seems like something from Family Guy. I feel like I see something like that on Family Guy. You know, Peter, did you eat that pie? No comment. Like, you know, this is real life. Okay. Now she did say, I do not support any negative rhetoric or of racism and bigotry towards any group of people. That is what I stand. That's what I want to stand for. Boy, hit that music again. Cha cha cha. Nuh-uh. Not around here. I don't like racism. Do you support your co-star 200%? I don't support racism. Cha cha cha. Get out of here. Love it. Love it. Love it. Yeah. So this is what I interpret from that whole situation. When Sophia probably went up to because clearly they're going to be in the same room, they're going to be working together. This is that Hollywood fakeness. You know, she called, oh, Selena, oh, Zoe, please tell me you believe me, please. And they were like, oh my gosh, girl, yes, 200%. Yes, we with you 200%. Yes. But when them cameras came on them, when them reporters got in front of them, no comment. I don't like racism. Bye-bye. Boy, you better be careful what people say in front of you. You got to be more curious about what they say behind your back and watch them long blinks along the way. Anyway, what do y'all think about this whole drama with the Emilia Perez stuff? And all this cha-cha sliding away from all this drama. Whatever y'all think, let me know in the comments down below. Somebody said eyelashes got stuck. Probably conveniently. Oh, that's funny. All right, we got a quick Spider-Man rumor. So as we know, there have been a lot of rumors going around. Obviously, take this with a grain of salt, huge grain of salt. I can't verify this, so I don't know if it's even real or not, but I did want to just talk about it just because it's Black History Month. The rumor is that the live action Miles Morales will be set in a rebooted Sony universe that will be established after Avengers Secret Wars. All right, a couple of things here. One, we found out that one of the main reasons why Sony was so terrible with Spider-Man had to be because of the whoever that chairman board guy was that was running Sony Pictures. Thankfully, he has stepped down. Thankfully, some other people that were associated with all those stupid spin-off Spider-Man-less movies have also left. And we also heard reports that Sony was finally going to focus on just Spider-Man. Okay, so we did get confirmation at least that they're stopping this stupid experiment. What worries me here is I still don't know if I trust you guys to handle Spider-Man by yourself. I'm glad you got rid of the top guy. I'm glad that, y'all got rid of some of the people that was not helping. But there are two things I need to know if I'm going to be okay with this Miles Morales live action being handled by Sony. One, is Marvel going to help y'all? Is Marvel going to help y'all the same way that they've been helping y'all with Tom Holland Spider-Man? If you tell me Marvel and Sony have a deal and they're going to work together to make this happen, cool. I'll be fine. I'm not going to have an issue with this. The second criteria, though, is if Marvel is not going to be involved, I need to know if Lord and Miller are going to produce this. Keep in mind, Lord and Miller are the same ones that were in charge of the Across the Spider-Verse, Into the Spider-Verse franchise. Those guys understand Spider-Man. If they are going to run the ship, I'm okay. I trust y'all. You see, I got my Miles up here. I'm okay. I'm protective of Miles. I like Miles a lot. But if Marvel or Lord and Miller are not involved, please don't touch Miles. Like, I know that there's a popular wave of getting rid of DEI. I'm going to let y'all slide with this one. Y'all can go work on some other Peter Parker, whatever. Y'all can leave Miles alone. Because I would rather y'all not destroy Miles and the crazy potential that he has than to go put him on the screen and treat him as badly as Kraven, Morbius, and Madam Web. Don't put that nonsense, don't put that bad mojo on Miles Morales, please. I'd rather him sit on the sideline and we'll just wait for a better day. We'll wait for a better day because I cannot. It will hurt my heart so bad if y'all make a movie with live action Miles Morales and you put the same level of effort that you have with these other failed projects and then only use that later on to propel the black myth that black don't sell. So if Sony is out there, if whoever's out there, listen, if Marvel's not helping you, if Lord and Miller are not helping you, don't touch Miles Morales. Leave him alone. Leave him be, please. Anyway, what do y'all think about this idea of having Miles Morales have a live action movie after Secret Wars? Keep in mind, this would be when everything kind of sort of reboots. Oh man, I can already hear people saying like, but where's Peter Parker? Like it, because that's gonna be the question. Where is Peter Parker? You know, if y'all are rebooting the universe, if you're getting rid of the multiverse potentially, is Miles and Tom Holland in the same universe? They could, because in the MCU, in Homecoming, they did mention that, you know, Miles exists. I don't know. Whatever y'all think, let me know in the comments. Marley, what you got? They better not mess it up as Puerto Rican. I only have him or Nacho Libre. That's sad. Y'all need some more representation than just that. But I feel you. I feel you on that. I do. But thank you so much. Appreciate the support. What else do we have? Oh, so we got some more rumors. We'll just go through these little rumors. We got an X-Men rumor. Nothing too crazy. Now, we already talked about how it's been reported that the X-Men are coming to the MCU. There is a big push for this to happen after Secret Wars. So I would not be surprised if the X-Men were to show up in Avengers Doomsday or Avengers Secret Wars. It'll probably be the older X-Men, just like how we saw at the end of the Marvels. You saw Beast. You know, you'll probably see some versions, some variants of them, and it'll probably be like some retro callback type stuff. But the real question is, but who are going to be the new X-Men moving forward. Like after, because I've told y'all, after Secret Wars, that's when we can really start to judge whether or not Marvel is going to be successful moving forward. We don't know. Like, because all this stuff that they do before this soft reboot, all of this stuff, nobody knows, right? They can throw whatever they want at the wall. Maybe some stuff sticks, maybe it doesn't. Who cares, right? People can die, people can come back. It does not matter. It's what matters is, what do y'all do after Secret Wars? So, and I've also said the X-Men are going to be the biggest test for Marvel. If Marvel can't make X-Men movies that were better than Fox, I mean, way better than Fox, that's a failure. Because I know, and I know a lot of y'all were with me on this. We was all sitting here talking about, man, please sell the rights back to Marvel. We was cheering our butts off when the rights went over because we had this idea that Marvel could do better with with the X-Men than Fox ever could. So this is going to be a big test. But according to this rumor here, and this is coming from Jeff Snyder, says here, I'm now hearing X-Men will begin shooting next year, so that's 2026, for a 2027 release. That means official casting news likely coming in the next few months, along with a director announcement. Okay, so we already got and that makes sense, right? Like if they did want this to come out in 2027, then yeah, you would need to start shooting, and we'll probably get way more information about directors and cast. I think we talked about one rumor, Sadie Sink from Stranger Things. They were trying to have her be Jean Grey, but that was just being tossed out there. I think I'm more concerned. Like, I really don't care who they want to get as Cyclops or Jean or who, because you can really just put whoever you want in there. Let's be honest. The real question is, who the hell is going to be Wolverine? That's the real question. Okay. And I've said this before, but it's going to be real tricky, because if Marvel is still stuck on this idea that only Hugh Jackman can be Wolverine, really? Only Hugh Jackman? And that's not to diss him. The man is legendary, but I'm just saying it's going to look very, very different, very weird to have this man continuously play the role. I've said it before. You're only going to make it even harder to eventually recast him. The best time to recast Hugh Jackman is right after Secret Wars. If you're doing a soft reboot, if you're introducing a fresh new X-Men, introduce a new Wolverine. Because if you don't, what's going to happen? What's going to happen if the new Wolverine is still the old Hugh Jackman? And God forbid, but what happens if he gets injured, if he passes away? What are you going to do? How are you going? So now you don't have the multiverse. You don't have those fictional easy ways to recast. Now you're just going to have to do a hard recast, kind of like how you did with Thunderbolt Ross, and Harrison Ford. But I thought y'all didn't like recasting, right? No? Yeah. Are y'all going to kill Wolverine on screen too? Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, there's all these potential things that are unnecessarily coming up if you keep Hugh Jackman in the lineup. And it's not like you have to, right? I mean, again, if you want to keep the multiverse stuff, fine. Let him just work there, but I don't know. I think that's going to be a little messy. But anyway, what do you guys think about X-Men coming in 2027? Are you excited for it? Are you nervous? Are you, maybe you just don't care? Whatever you think, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Cat, what's up? Is there a rumor about X-Men 97? Not really. The only thing about X-Men 97 is that we have another season. We have 3 seasons that are coming. The second season was already written and completed by Bo DeMayo. Problem is, I think the guy's name is Michael Leslie. I think, don't quote me on that, but they hired a new writer after they fired Bo DeMayo, and that writer is the same guy who wrote the last season of What If. And in my opinion, that last season of What If was really bad. It was not good compared to the previous 2 seasons. So, if this guy who's writing X-Men 97, who's replacing Bo DeMayo, if that's the one that's taking over, I'm very concerned about X-Men 97 because I don't know how much stuff they're going to keep in there. And I'm even more worried for season 3 because we know Bo DeMayo didn't write season 3. I'm more worried about that. So there is a future for X-Men 97, but is it a bright one? That's where we have to question. That's where we don't know. All right, let's keep going. We got some more drama. Deadpool versus Marvel. Boy. So, Deadpool and Wolverine was a really big hit for Marvel. And as I was saying before, it was a nice injection. Like it was a nice little adrenaline shot, to kind of show people like, yeah, Marvel's not completely done, right? But it seems like there's been some beef going on between the Deadpool co-creator Rob Liefeld and Marvel. Now, there have been some shots thrown here or there, some minor things, over the years, but it seems like my man Rob has just been like, I'm done. Like, I'm done. So here's what's been going on with them. He says here, Liefeld attended the screening for Deadpool and Wolverine and says that he posed on the red carpet with the Deadpool and Wolverine creative team, but alleges the photos were deleted before they were posted anywhere. Okay. He said it was meant to embarrass, diminish, and defeat me. He added that his reps tried to get the Liefeld family into the after party, but they were ultimately turned away by the studio's publicity team. He said Disney is the deciding factor here. To them, they say, you and your family are not welcome here. We tolerated you for the screening. Yikes. And he says, at some point, you go, I've received the message, and the message is clear. So right now, he's feeling slighted. Now let's also be clear about this here. These are first world problems. Okay, it's not even first world problems. These are first world Hollywood problems. You didn't invite me to the after party. I didn't take pictures with the peoples. Now, there are some other things he would say too. He also talked about how when he was on the red carpet, Kevin Feige didn't look at him, didn't he didn't greet him, didn't acknowledge him. All right. He's entitled to his feelings. All I know is I just need to know, did the check clear? You don't have to talk to me. You don't have to invite me to the thing. Did I get paid? Not saying that this was okay. Not saying that, right? Because it is still kind of bogus. Like, hey, I co-created this character that you just made $1 billion for. I'm just saying I'm not going to be like as upset, but it's still a little disrespectful. Just a little disrespectful. So Liefeld goes on to say, I forgive you, whoever made that decision to say, hey, you can come to the movie, but we're not going to talk to you. We're going to treat you much worse than 20th Century Fox could ever imagine. Dang, not Fox, treating them better. Yikes. Now, a source familiar with the situation countered Liefeld's depiction of his treatment, noting that he was invited to the set in London and supported in hosting a series of Deadpool and Wolverine screenings after the premiere. That doesn't refute what he said. Like, he literally talked about how, oh yeah, we like you for the screenings, we like you for the promotion, but after that, we're done with you. That sounds like y'all just supported what he just said. You just confirmed everything he said. Yikes. Now here's the other thing. And this okay, so here's some more context. Marvel owns Deadpool. Okay, they own Deadpool. However, Liefeld has authorship and creative rights and monetization. So he gonna get that check one way or another. Liefeld didn't take a buyout for the character or his work. So while he won't have creative control moving forward, the author has retained his financial stake and will get a cut of any future projects with the foul mouth mercenary. Okay, at least listen. A lot of times, a lot of these creators, they'll create a character for Marvel because they're like under contract, and then Marvel will go and make X amount of money, and those creators won't get anything from it at all. So again, I am not condoning the disrespect, but I am happy that he is at least getting a check. Let Marvel cook. Let them do whatever they want with Deadpool. You still gonna get paid, and your family's gonna get taken care of. But it does suck because it's kind of like, yo, like it. How much does it take for y'all to just say, yeah, y'all can go to this after party? Like, what are you doing? You know, it's not that big of a deal to deny him. But here's the crazy thing: Rob is not the only comic writer to have these allegations. This has been going on for a while now. As I mentioned before, even Bo DeMayo started weighing in on this. Y'all know he got his beef with Marvel, and he says Kevin Feige doesn't respect artists, period. We do what they cannot, and then they hate us for it. Now, Bo has gone on beyond that. Like he's posted a whole lot more. He's posted a whole lot more beyond that. But yeah. Now, if you think that that was the only one, hold on. I got some more. The guys who wrote Captain America, they also had similar issues. Here we go. Oh, that's not it. Wait, that's not it. Wait. Let me get it. That's it. Sources say Ed Brubaker and Steve Epting went to the premiere for Captain America: The Winter Soldier, a movie directly based on their comics, only to find out that they weren't on the list. He had to go text Bucky just to let him get in. Come on now. How y'all not gonna let the comic writers in on a part? What is with this gatekeeping on these parties? I don't understand it. Like, listen, I've been to a red carpet once in a while, and I was not able to go to every to every after party. There was only one after party I was able to go to, and I think I was only because I snuck in. I think I snuck in. I think that was the only way I got in. But it's not that big of a deal. Like, it was nice. It was cool. You get to sit here. You talk to Kevin Feige. You get to talk to what was it? It was the Ant-Man one. I was like, okay, this was cool. But like, to not allow the writers that allowed you to even have the idea to have this movie show up for this nice little mingling thing, that's extreme. That's ridiculous. So yeah, it's messed up. And just from what I've seen from other comic creators, they have their individual issues, and they continuously call out Kevin Feige. They keep calling him out and saying that, like, yo, he doesn't respect the comic writers. That's the allegations, So anyway, what do y'all think about the Deadpool co-creator having these issues with Marvel and now leaving Marvel, stepping away, letting Marvel do whatever? Personally, I kind of think that, like, hey, if you're a man and you feel disrespected, walk away. If that's how you feel, cool. I'm not going to argue somebody's feelings. You know what I'm saying? If that's how you feel, that's how you feel. But it does seem like it's a little wild to me that Disney and or Marvel would allow this to get to the point where he's this upset that he has to make news about it. Because what does this do? It only tarnishes your image even more, right? But anyway, y'all let me know what you think in the comments down below. All right, next up, what else do we got? We got a couple. We're gonna talk about a couple other things. We'll talk about Black Panther, we'll talk about Jonathan Majors, and then we'll talk about this right now. Armor Wars. So, Armor Wars, I don't even know if this is gonna happen. Like, this is supposed to be Don Cheadle's movie. And if you recall, it was really supposed to be a TV series, which I think would have been a better idea. But they changed their mind and was like, no, it's going to be a movie. And we've barely gotten any updates for it. Don Cheadle is in the dark about what Armor Wars is. We already played that before. He's like, what's Armor Wars? Like, I don't know, So whether it's going to happen or not is a question, and it's a legit question because no one really knows. But during the Captain America 4 press run, y'all boy Nate Moore, executive producer at Marvel, one of the only black ones there, by the way, who's now leaving, by the way, did weigh in on this subject. Back in 2022, he was the one that announced that it was going to move from a TV show into a movie. But now he gave an update, kind of, sort of, about what's going on with Armor Wars. He was like, listen, that's not my project, to be honest. Okay, I ain't got nothing to do with that. But I do know, as Marvel Studios continues to go through this phase, we want to make sure whatever we're making is awesome. So that means we had to slow down some things that were on the front burner. It doesn't mean we'll never make it, but it does mean we just have to be a little bit more considered so that every time out, audiences are guaranteed quality. Now, Nate, I understand you gave the corporate answer because this was basically what the top-down message has been. This is the same message that has come from Bob Iger. Remember, Bob Iger said something very similar. He was like, listen, we had some quality control issues during the pandemic. There was not enough, oversight. So we're going to slow down on some things. Now, they made some right decisions with stuff like that. Just like how Eternals 2 is not going to happen at all. But even with that said, Armor Wars always seemed like it was on the chopping block. But, I'm super conflicted with this because on one end, do we need an Armor Wars movie? I'm going to support. Love Don Cheadle. I'm going to watch. But did this need a movie? Because to me, I thought that this was a perfect Disney Plus little series. And then you have the fact that you'll only... You see the cultural shift happening in the country where you want to return to a certain type of normalcy. Is there space for an Armor Wars to exist? Is there a demand? Or are you going to have a certain group of small people, a small group of people being really loud for no reason, being against that movie, or reaching for a reason not to watch this movie? I don't know. And I don't even know why Nate said this. Nate should have just been like, it's not my project. Talk to somebody else. Like, you should have just ended right there. So yeah, I don't know what this means. This to me just, he says like, they're slowing down, they're gonna reevaluate, and maybe they do it, but they'll never really do it. But that doesn't mean they won't do it. Like, bro, just say that's not your topic. It's not your project. You got another job coming up. You worried about Black Panther 3, you worried about Cap. That's fine. This meant nothing. But I will say that I am very concerned with Armor Wars. I don't know, and I don't see the need for the film. But at the same time, I hate the fact that someone as good as Don Cheadle would get cheated out of that opportunity as well. I was really rooting for him. I was really hoping that he would get it. But I think the longer they take with this, the less likely it's going to happen. Because why would you? Don't make this a Black Widow situation. At least with Black Widow, there was a pandemic and all this other stuff. But the longer you wait, the more Armor Wars is going to feel like how Black Widow was also too late. Because I still believe if Black Widow would have came out in 2016, if it had came out like before Captain America Civil War, I think that movie would have made a lot more money and it would have been rated a whole lot better. But the longer you take with this, with Armor Wars, it's not going to be a good look. It's just not. So I don't know, guys. What do you think about what Nate Moore said? What do you think about the future for Armor Wars? Whatever you think, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. William, Armor Wars coming out after Blade. Good God. At that point, just cancel it. Just we talk about how old Mahershala gonna be. How old is Don Cheadle gonna be? Don Cheadle ain't getting no younger either. Man, thank you for that, William. Appreciate you. Thank you, Ray. I'm gonna try and keep it a little more positive though, but appreciate your comment. Okay, what you got? Quiet one. What you got? Seems like the only Black film Marvel's interested in making is BP3 because of its billion-dollar potential, but all other Black films seem to be up in the air. And if Cap 4 don't do well, I see them being even more skittish. So here's my concern. And if I had to give some sort of speculation on that, from what I understand how Marvel works, Kevin Feige walks into a room and he says, hey, what projects do y'all want to do? What titles, what characters, who wants to do what? And therein lies, that's where the problem is. There lies the problem, right? Because if you have a room full of people that look a certain way, you're probably going to find people that want to adapt properties that they also connect with. In other words, it's not surprising that the Black man that's in the room is like, hey, I want to do Black Panther, or hey, I want to do Captain America that happens to involve a Black man representing Captain America. So my question, and this is something that I've been kind of putting out there before, is when you get rid of certain types of representation on that higher executive level, it's going to trickle down to the projects that are going to get made, right? Because people are naturally going to adopt and be attracted to things that they resonate with. So I'm not saying it's impossible, because listen, Jonathan Hickman, that man, you let him touch any comic story, this guy got it. He's done some of the best depictions of Black Panther I've ever seen, right? But yeah, when it comes to like black characters, black stories, I don't know if we're going to get that. And I'm questioning how Marvel will approach that again with the shift in culture today, in today's world. And two, y'all executives got a whole lot lighter. Like everyone on the board has gotten a whole lot lighter. Y'all not doing no DEI practices in your hiring in terms of who's on the executive levels, So yeah, I think by default, I would not say that they're doing it intentionally because I don't know how you prove that. But I do think that just by default, when you look at the makeup of who's at the top, it's not going to be surprising if you don't see other stories happen. Or if you do see those stories happen, they're not as authentic. So we'll see. But thank you for that. Appreciate you. Marley, I do prefer a Don movie than an Anthony Mackie movie. Okay. If that's your preference, I can't shake that preference. I understand. Yes, okay, sure. Thank you for that. Appreciate y'all for the support. All right. What else do we have? We have yeah, let's go ahead and talk about it. So, oh, did I not update it? Oh, hold on one second. Let me update this. Let's talk about Anthony Mackie since y'all was talking about him anyway. Captain America 4 is coming up. And there has been a long going argument or debate online about Sam Wilson as Captain America. Now, there were some obvious debates, which weren't really debates, but it was just, again, that loud minority that was just like, oh, he's not my Captain America. It should be Bucky Barnes. Now, I've already told y'all, it does not make sense per the comics, per the story of the MCU. Now, let me take that comics out because Bucky did play, he did take on the mantle of Captain America there. But per the MCU, it does not make sense for this version of Bucky to become Captain America because one, he's still crazy, he's still mentally unstable, and two, he's not a good man. That's literally been the only criteria. That's the only criteria. It's not about whether you got the serum. It's not about whether, you knew Cap or whatever. No, it's, are you a good man? Do you represent integrity, honesty, all those positive qualities? That's what Captain America is all about. At the same time, there have been a lot of people that have been real mad about Sam Wilson not taking the superhero serum, the super soldier serum. And I get it. I totally get it. Because what do we do? All we see is Sam getting his butt whooped. Sam be getting his butt whooped so bad. This man has been doing all this work just to get worked. And if you think about it, symbolically, we don't want to see America getting a butt whooped like that. You just don't want to see that. But Anthony Mackie has weighed in on this issue of whether or not Sam should take the serum. And he gave his thoughts here. He explained why his version of Sam Wilson shouldn't ever take the serum. He said, yeah, I don't think he will take it. I don't think he will. I think if you look at Sam is every man's Captain America. I don't know about every man. He says here, so the idea of him just being a regular guy that's been thrust into this position of leadership is something that we all can identify with, something that we all can relate to, So I think it's important for him not to get the serum, because then that takes him out of the realm of the possibility of any of us being Captain America. Okay. So I think the question here is, do people actually want to become Captain America? Because I don't know if that's a position anyone has ever been like, man, me too, right? And, I'm gonna argue both sides on this. On one end of the spectrum, why do we watch these comic book movies? Why do we look at these comic book heroes? Usually it's because they are someone exceptional, right? Let's take Spider-Man, for example. One of the reasons why Spider-Man connects with so many people is because Spider-Man, he's broke. He's always got some issues going on in his personal life, right? He got relationship issues. Like, he goes through a lot of things that regular people go through. Now, what makes him exceptional is the fact that he just so happened to get bit by a radioactive spider, and he has those amazing abilities, right? So we watch for that combination, that fantasy mixing with the reality. You don't really get that with Sam. Sam is a regular guy. He's not superhuman, but he represents the American dream, right? He represents what America should be striving for every day. He's a good guy. He served his country. He puts his life on the line. He believes in doing the right thing. That's cool. But it's not always all that interesting. And I was trying to go through doing a little research, and I was thinking to myself, like, yo, what is the difference? What is it in all these comic book characters that we like? Because all comic book characters are not super powered, right? There are some characters that don't have super abilities. They haven't drank some serum or whatever, but yet we like them. And I was trying to think of, like, why do we like them, but some people don't want to mess with Sam? Like Iron Man. Iron Man ain't got no super abilities. He's really smart, right? But he doesn't have powers. Ant-Man, he ain't got no powers, but he does have a suit. Hawkeye. Hawkeye is not superhuman, but he's a really good, archer, right? Or Green Arrow. And then I started to think to myself, like, okay, it's not so much the abilities. It's usually you need something unique about you, like you have to be super skilled, right? You have to be super skilled, or you have to have some sort of tech or something that you can use. And Sam doesn't really have that. Yes, he got the wings, but who cares about some wings? Yeah, they vibranium lemon pepper wings, but whatever. We've seen him training, doing all them flips and stuff back in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but that didn't help him from getting power bombed in the church, But then there was only one example. That got me, that I was kind of like, wait a minute. And maybe y'all can help me out with this. So for the people that don't like the fact that Sam does not have the super serum, right? I'm only talking to y'all. For the people that don't like the fact that he doesn't have it, for the people that are like, Sam has to have the super serum, and if he has it, that's when he'll be cool. For those people, my question for you is, if you don't like Sam because he doesn't have the serum, why do you also like the Punisher? Because I was looking at the Punisher and I was like, he doesn't have any superpowers. He also doesn't have like any unique like tech, like Iron Man or suits of armor or anything like that. He's also a regular guy who happens to also be in the military, but at the same time, he's just taking justice in his own hands. So, for the people that don't like this black man who is Captain America, who has no powers and no special armor or whatever, what's the difference? Because I know y'all like Punisher. Don't act like you don't like Punisher. You like Punisher. I like Punisher too. What is the difference? So I don't have a problem with Sam not taking the serum. But I do think that it's going to be necessary and more of an onus on the writing to make people care about Sam, because you can't just be looking for that super serum and that's, you can't look at just that. You can't look at that. I think we get attracted to the Punisher mainly because of how crazy he is. And if that's the angle, personality, then you got to make Sam's personality have something. You got to beef that up. You got to do something with him that will really speak to people. And I don't know if being a good man is enough to be entertaining. I don't know. But anyway, that's just my random thoughts. I'm just thinking about it. What do you think about this whole thing about Sam needs to take the serum? Like, do you think it's a big deal? Do you think it's not a big deal? Whatever you think, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. JN, vibranium lemon pepper wings is a t-shirt waiting to happen. I know, right? Thank you, JN. Appreciate you. Marriage, what you got? Punisher is not a regular guy. He's a killer without conscience. That is the difference. No, I disagree with that. He does have a conscience because he has a code. He has a code. So he's not like just some random killing machine. Think about this. Like, he has respect for Captain America, right? Like, when he disagrees with Captain America, he's like, nah, man, I respect you. Like, I'm not gonna do this thing. So I hear what you're saying, but I disagree. I don't think he's just completely unconscious. I definitely agree he's crazy. He is crazy. He's extreme, but he has a conscience. I think he does. All right, let's move on. Let's talk about him. We got 2 left. Kang. Well. So Kang the Conqueror, famously, in my opinion, played by Jonathan Majors, I thought was always one of the best things going for Marvel while they were in a struggling phase. I specifically went to go see Ant-Man and the Wasp because I wanted to see Jonathan Majors as Kang. I knew Jonathan Majors was a fantastic actor. I was very intrigued to see what he would do with the character of Kang, because that character has so many possibilities. The range you need to play him is ridiculous. And I knew Jonathan Majors could step up to the task. With that said, obviously we know that Jonathan Majors got caught up in his legal fiascos. And once he was convicted, Marvel decided to cut ties. However, even after that has happened, we have noticed that Jonathan is making a comeback, right? We just saw that Magazine Dreams trailers coming out. We've seen him, with his now fiance, Megan Good. And it seems like he is repairing the damage that was done to his public image over the course of the last year. So a new report came out that had some news about what was the future of Kang in the MCU, because here's the thing, and I didn't agree with this, but a lot of people have been kind of writing Kang off because they're like, oh yeah, they wrapped that up. The the TVA has taken care of all the Kang variants. Some YouTube channel made up some nonsense talking about that the Exiles got rid of all the Kangs out there. There's no evidence for that, so no. And more importantly, people have been co-signing with this idea that because Kang was not popular after Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, that there is no desire to see Kang. And I keep pushing back on that idea. Bad writing can only be solved with good writing, and low hype can be revigorated. It can be reunited, or I'm sorry, it can come back if you have a good story, right? Because once again, we've seen this with Thor. Thor had multiple movies that were not good, but yet good writing, good storytelling, good movies can raise a character's stock right back up. So this idea that we should just be done with Kang is stupid to me. It's dumb, because at least give us the Kang that we were promised. At least give me that Kang that was like, are you an Avenger? Like, are you the one with the hammer? Man, I killed so many of y'all, I don't even remember. Where's that Kang? That's the Kang that I want to still see before we hurry up and jump to Robert Downey Jr.'s Doom. Anyway, new report came out with something here about Kang and Jonathan Majors. And it says here, according to our sources, Marvel Studios head Kevin Feige is considering bringing Jonathan Majors back into the MCU. The idea is for Majors to appear in a future Marvel project to wrap up some loose ends with Kang and close the character's story. Now, this I can support. This is what I was talking about before. Like, we deserve to see what Kang was always able to do. Whatever Kang had the potential to do, we deserve to at least see that. And I promise y'all, if y'all really do get a chance to see that, everyone's opinion is going to change. I don't know if y'all notice, but like, people's opinions are so fickle and they're so easily manipulated. When we see things we don't like, we react to that. And then we sit here and be pessimistic, like, nobody else can be a better Joker than Jack Nicholson, until you see it and you're like, oh my gosh, nobody can do it better than Heath Ledger. Then you see another one. Like, we constantly keep getting proven wrong about stuff until we see something else. So again, this makes sense. You should bring Kang back. You should bring Jonathan Majors back as Kang and finish it off. My concern, though, I'm very concerned that they're going to bring him back as like a post-credit scene. That is where I'm a little nervous. Oh, there's a post-credit scene. It's Kang, y'all. He's killing everybody. And then Doom comes in, wipes him out. And that's it. That to me is what would be kind of whack. I think if you do that, it will still cheapen him. And I'm not saying that Kang should be here forever. Not saying that. But I think you got to give him at least 20 minutes. Give him some screen time. Like, yeah, I do agree. A Secret Wars Doctor Doom should be able to take Kang out. So I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm just saying, don't play Kang along the way. In other words, don't do Kang the way they did Thanos in What If. Remember Thanos in What If? Every time he showed up, they literally like just killed him. Don't do that to Kang. Let Kang have like an episode. Let him have 20 minutes. Let him do some things to be a real problem. And then that will set up Doctor Doom to really be a problem that you're going to need 2 movies to take care of. That's how you build up anticipation. So I like this. I like the fact that, Jonathan Majors could be coming back, and that this could be a thing for them. I think that this is going to be interesting if this works. I just did a question or whatever I posted online. A lot of people seem very okay. A lot of people are okay with him coming back. But it is what it is. Now, like I said before, you got Magazine Dreams coming out, and that was delayed because of the legal issues. And you also have another movie. I mean, this is not really reported as much, but it's called Merciless. That's another movie for Jonathan Majors that is coming out. Now, here's the thing. It would not surprise me if Kevin Feige and Marvel are just kind of sitting back and waiting the same way they waited for Jonathan Majors' court case to get a verdict. Because keep in mind, they could have dropped him at any time. They could have fired him at any point during the trial. They waited until the conviction. I'm wondering if they're going to wait on the success of Magazine Dreams, if they're going to wait and see, are you going to get Oscar nominated for that? Which a lot of people are still talking about. They like, man, his performance was really good. I'm waiting to see if this Merciless movie is going to do some box office numbers. I think that if they look at the success or maybe the failure, don't know, I think they're going to be in wait and see mode because that's what they do all the time anyway. So I wonder if that will be the case. And just as quickly as we were talking about this, TMZ jumped in and they said, we got some sources too. TMZ said Jonathan Majors is not being considered for a return to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, at least not currently, despite rumors to the contrary. Multiple sources with direct knowledge tell TMZ Jonathan has not engaged in any talks to return to the MCU after he was booted in 2023 after his guilty verdict in the criminal trial. Now, here's the thing. That previous, article was saying that Kevin Feige was considering it. Now, y'all saying that Jonathan Majors is not in talks. Those are two different things. Because maybe what Kevin Feige is considering is not what Jonathan Majors is talking about or talking in negotiation with. So those are two different things. But they go on and say, our sources say the studio is not considering bringing Jonathan Majors back either. So I don't know. I mean, here's my thing. I think that this is all cover. I think it's all cover. I wouldn't be surprised if the studio says, nah, we not. Because why would they confirm anything? So I do think that this is still going to be dependent on his success or failure. If his movies do well, if he's getting positive feedback back in Hollywood, they'll bring him back. I would not be surprised. They'll bring him back. They brought James Gunn back. Why wouldn't they bring him back if there's some positive stuff behind it? So I don't know, guys. What do you think? Do you think that Marvel will bring him back? I mean, you got two competing sources saying that they're thinking about it, some saying that they're not. Do you want to see him back? Do you think maybe just Kang should come back and maybe not Jonathan Majors? Whatever you think, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Marriage, what you got? I'll answer for you. No, being a good man is not enough. Ask any modern woman. Oh, okay, we're joking. Ooh, I was gonna say, don't get me in trouble with that. Leave me out of that. Appreciate the support. So what you got? JN, still want to see Ramatut and collect the Funko Pop. That would be kind of cool. That would be kind of cool. Actually, I could see them doing like three and one. That would be kind of interesting. Thank you for that. Marriage, back at it. Appreciate you. Kang was supposed to be all powerful and still got beat by a B-level Ant-Man. Yeah, like that to me is ridiculous. Like, there's no way y'all would ever allow something like that to happen to, Ultron or, some other villain or whatever. Like, stupid. Thank you for that. Quiet one. What you got? My fear is that they gonna do Kang the way they did Hulk at that start of Infinity War. Let him get squashed and to get casual fans buy-in on Doctor Doom's dominance. That is exactly my fear. That is exactly what I don't want them to do. Like, at least give him some time to cook. At least let him kill some Avengers. At least, like, you got to give him a little time. But yes, I'm not going to be surprised if that is exactly what happens to him. Yeah. Let's see, Regina, what you got? If RDJ can come back after all his legal troubles, why not Jonathan Majors? So I try not to compare the two only because yes, I do believe that people should be given second chances if and when they pay a price and they show contrition and they actually, like repent, they actually do the work, they actually do what they got to do to fix themselves. Um, Robert Downey was never accused, to my knowledge, of doing any crimes against other people. He was just more so, a drug addict and he was doing more self harm. Um, but yes, I do agree that like people deserve second chances. I'll put it that way. Everybody deserves a second chance if you do the work. And I do think that Jonathan has done the work, um, regardless of what you think of the verdict or not. I think he's been doing all the right things not to get his name mixed up in negative headlines. Um, and that's the smart way to go about it. Jan, what's this? Kendrick give us a TV off music vid featuring Kang. I don't think that'll happen, but thank you for that. Um, William, Kang can put Hulk out of his MCU misery. Man, that he should. Like, if you get rid of smart Hulk, I'm fine with that. But we'll see what happens with that. Mike, thank you, brother. Appreciate that. I'm not sure I like how they said they only want to bring him back just to wrap him up. It seems like a complete waste of the waste, and probably the best talent that they had on roster, and a long running story like Thanos had. So yeah, totally understand where you're coming from. Totally understand. Makes a lot of sense. We'll just have to wait and see. I mean, I hope they don't either, and maybe this is something that we just kind of have to be vocal about. Maybe it's something that we just got to let Marvel know, like, yo, give Kang his proper exit. Nobody's saying he got to be Thanos. Nobody's saying that he got to stay here forever, but don't play him. You don't need to play him. It undermines and undercuts everything that you set up. So, yeah. Omar, it was a lot of ants though. Stop it. Stop it. And they were super ants, but stop it. Shar, what you got? I wish Jay Majors was able to play MBJ, Michael B. Jordan's cousin in the movie Sinners. That would have made an excellent vehicle for him. Some people speculate that he was supposed to. There are some people that really believe that he was supposed to, and that maybe he was. I don't know. But excuse me. There was a rumor I saw online saying that Jonathan will be coming back for Creed 4. So, I don't think this is the last we've seen of Jonathan, and I don't think he needs Marvel. Like, I think he's a good enough actor where, again, as long as his name is out the headlines for negative things, he should be fine. He should be fine. Talented one, what you got? No one should ever eliminate Kang. Explain defeating a timeless being at the beginning end of time. Doom should just make him fall back and fear him. Also, finally watch The Raid. John Wick, who, yes, fantastic. Fantastic. And yes, I agree. And that's the thing that I wish Marvel will at least establish. Technically, you cannot defeat Kang. Like, you can defeat his variants, but the dude is at the beginning and the end of time. He's always going to be around. But I'm glad you upgraded your life. You have seen The Raid. John Wick owes so much to The Raid. But yes, thank you so much for that. Appreciate you. Natalie Sup from the gym, fam. Hey, I'm gonna be right there with you. I'm be right there, not with you, but I'm going right after this. I'm gonna try and wrap this up so I can go get my little session in myself. What else do we have? Okay, so we got our last one. Oh boy. Last topic of tonight. So in case you missed it, a couple weeks ago, there was a hot rumor that was hitting the net, and everybody was hitting me up talking about it. And it was like, yo, they just said that Marvel was ready to recast T'Challa. So, of course, you already know we had to come on here. We talked about it. We, definitely went in on it. And I cautioned everybody, like, listen, it's still a rumor. We don't know exactly what they mean by that. We don't know. Are they going to recast, T'Challa 616? We don't know if they're doing a variant. We don't know if they wanted to just, have the kid grow up. And because obviously you'll have to recast someone growing up there. We didn't know. But the point is, the rumor was like, yo, Marvel is looking to recast. Cool. And I already talked about how, like, recasting to me seems like the best idea because of a number of reasons. One, the franchise, and I'm not just talking about on the big screen. Black Panther, the franchise, has always been reliant on the character of T'Challa. Notice I didn't say Black Panther. The character of T'Challa. It's no different than the whole franchise of Superman being reliant on the character of Kal-El, aka Clark Kent. Y'all have not given no energy to watching a whole bunch of Kryptonians not named Clark Kent. You got some little side things here and there, whatever. Supergirl, that's cool. Oh, Jonathan Kent, that's cool. You go back to Clark Kent. It's the same thing with T'Challa. Yes, other people have had the mantle. Yes, his sisters got it. Yeah, we talking about T'Challa, okay, the central figure. So the rumor has come out that they were looking for someone, and we also talked about how supposedly the role was offered to a young black actor and they turned it down. I already went through a whole rant how that was ridiculous, how I don't care who you are in Hollywood, you should not be afraid to take on this role just because an actor passed away. If anything, you could go do that actor justice by doing the best that you can be in that role and solidify your own separate path at the same time. It happens all the time. Matter of fact, Harrison Ford said that too. He was like, man, I was a little worried about it, but I'm going to do it. And I'm going to be Red Hulk. And nobody flinched. Nobody blinked. Everybody said, oh, what an honor. Oh, that's great. So we got to keep the same energy that we would with these white characters and white actors that we would with black actors and black characters. There should be no exception. But Marvel had to weigh in. Back at it like he never left. Y'all boy, Nate Moore, weighed in on the rumors about T'Challa being recast, and this is what he had to say. He said the truth is there's no truth to those rumors. Never say never to anything. We haven't really had a lot of creative conversations with Ryan Coogler yet because he's finishing his film Sinners. We'll get into it later this year, but everything you read online is not true. If for no other reason than we haven't started working on it. Man, oh man, he is absolutely taking many cues from Kevin Feige because that double speak is hard. It's not true, but never say never. What? So all this tells me is y'all finna recast. Maybe you haven't talked about who's gonna do it. Y'all finna recast. Because this whole like Never say never, and it's not. Mm. And what I also noticed, just kind of listening to past interviews, there's some confusion that can be in this, right? To him, because keep in mind this gets messy and complicated. To him, somebody probably said, "Hey, we heard that y'all are going to recast T'Challa. Is that true?" In his mind, he's probably thinking, recast T'Challa 616 played by Chadwick Boseman that we killed off in Wakanda Forever? No, that's not true. Okay, I can give you that. I can understand if that's what, see, and this is where a lot of these interviewers have to be specific with their questions. I can understand that because Nate Moore said that before. He already said you will not see T'Challa 616 come back. Okay, so the Chadwick Boseman version is done. That has an extremely low, I'd say a 0.00001% chance of them replacing him. Okay, so they're going to leave Chadwick's dead and gone. I don't agree with it, but it is their decision. However, when he sits here and says, but never say never and anything, variant or the grown up kid is still on the table. Now, I do believe him in terms of him saying that they haven't gotten around to it. They haven't talked about it yet. I do believe him because Ryan Coogler is currently in the process of finishing up the work on Sinners. Sinners comes out, I think, in like a month or two. So that means he's going to have to finish doing whatever editing and processing with that movie. Might have to do reshoots. We don't know. And then he's going to have to go and do his press run and everything. So he probably won't start even looking at Black Panther 3 until maybe sometime in May, give or take. And if that is the case, we still don't even know when they're going to shoot, when they're going to make this. This probably won't even happen until 2026, 2027. Ugh. My concern is I hope they don't do it with the kid. I know that you can get some positives from the kid, like maybe you make the kid one of the smartest kids. Like, just do all the things that T'Challa was supposed to represent in the comics, right? Be really smart, be, a great leader, all of that. But my concern is the fact that don't nobody want to sit here and wait for this kid to grow through puberty. Like, we ain't got time for all that. What are you doing? Just like with Wolverine and Hugh Jackman, where Secret Wars is the perfect time to just recast. That's the same thing with T'Challa. You don't need this little kid to go through these same things that we already saw, by the way. We already saw a young T'Challa go through, get the mantle and all that. We don't need to go do this all over again. We don't care, okay? Just get us the guy that we know. This is why when people talk about who should be recast, have y'all noticed don't nobody sit here talking about these young under 20-year-old actors? No one's looking for that. That's why Aldous Hodge is like one of the most highly, trending popular picks for T'Challa, because the desire is to see a grown man. We don't want to see a little kid growing up in this role for however long. It took 50 years to get T'Challa on the big screen. Don't nobody got another decade or two to be waiting for this boy to like grow up, learn some things. And man, if y'all don't hit the fast forward button, stop playing. But we do have some more from Nate Moore here. He says here that what was he talking about? Oh, he does go on to talk about how this connects with Captain America 4. He says, I'm sure Wakanda will have an opinion about the arrival of adamantium, and I'm sure Wakanda had an opinion on Sam Wilson as Captain America. Clearly, they seem to support him as they have given him some technology to help him out, but Wakanda isn't the best in the best graces with the US government, so there's a possibility for conflict in a lot of different ways. I think Wakanda, to me, gets to play in the same political thriller sandbox as Captain America, because it does deal with globalization and global politics. So anything is possible. Okay, whatever. So Black Panther 3 potentially can deal with more, political stuff here and there. And we'll just have to wait and see how they go with it. But What are you gonna do with that? You gonna have a little kid dealing with the politics of the nation? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like I don't see this happening. I don't see this working. I don't see this being a viable way to make this work. You know, um, and here's the thing: I don't see how, unless you move the entire MCU forward, which I don't think you can do that either, especially if they still want to do this Young Avengers thing. Um, I think the only way you can make it really work is if you go get a variant. Y'all gonna have to just get a variant from the future, from a different timeline, whatever. And honestly, that's the easiest way to just fix everything. Hey, I'm T'Challa from universe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and Doom destroyed my world, so I hate Doom. I got beef with this dude named Namor. My father T'Chaka died. You know, like, you can just fill in the gaps of all the things that you messed up in the 616 and just have that variant come in with that pre-baggage already cleared and just hit the ground running. Oh, Shuri, you're my sister. I don't care if it's a variant or not. I'm your brother. Like, just roll with it. Just roll with it. Anyway, he does go on to talk about, because we also heard about Denzel Washington. Denzel Washington potentially being in Black Panther 3. We already know that he spilled the beans on that, and he kind of, spoiled it a little bit that he was actually going to be in there. But Nate Moore did confirm about that and had something else. He says here, he was asked if the team had nailed down specifics of who or what Denzel Washington's role would be. He says, no, we haven't, right? And that's what's so funny about his comments. I do believe he actually called Ryan to apologize, because look, we should be so lucky. But yeah, that's super early days. Ryan is finishing his film Sinners, which is going to be amazing. We haven't started really cracking story, so I know there's a lot of speculation and casting rumors online. None of it's true, which is fine. I think it speaks to people's passion for the property, which is great. But look, if and when we can figure out how to get Denzel in the MCU, that's going to be an amazing day. I couldn't be more excited for Black Panther 3. All right, so this tells me a couple of things. One, yes, they don't know what they're doing with Denzel Washington yet. They have not solidified any of that. We know Denzel's coming. Okay, Denzel clearly is cool with whatever Ryan Coogler want to do. Marvel clearly likes Denzel and they want to have him there. They know he's box office. That's gonna happen. Whatever. Let's stop pretending like, oh, we don't know what we're gonna do with Denzel. We don't. Shut up. You're gonna find something for Denzel. You gonna, if Denzel is just the janitor, you gonna find a way to put Denzel in your movie, because you know we gonna show up. Okay. Anyway, what is interesting here was his comments about the rumors. They have not locked down a story yet. Okay. They don't know the story. He says that all the rumors and casting rumors online, none of it's true, which is fine. So he's fine with the fact that the rumors are out there. They're not true. But I like what he said here, where he said people's passion for the property. What that tells me, and he's kind of alluded to this before, because Nate Moore, who is the executive producer on Black Panther's franchise, he was not oblivious to the online traction and all the noise and the conversation that we started with recast T'Challa. He's not oblivious to that. But it also gives me the indication that this would be the time for us to be even louder. This would be the time for us to voice our opinions on what they should be doing, because they haven't started anything yet. I already told y'all, even if stuff is in production, that doesn't matter. I remember people like, oh, well, the movie's in production. It's too late now. No. They can do whatever they want. But if Marvel is the company that they say that they are, if they do care about what the fans say, this is the time when they're listening. This is the time. This is that window where I don't know how, I don't know where, but you gotta have to say something. You're gonna have to say something to have them hear it. And I think for me right now, I just think that they need to just do a variant. I think that was just it's the cleanest way to avoid any issues. You have a very tight window because outside of that, I really think that you're leaving money on the table. If they go with let's say they can't, because here's the thing, they can't cast somebody in their 30s if you're going to make this movie in 2027 unless there's some sort of time jump, which I don't think there will be, but you know, maybe, but you're going to have to find a way to make that work because I don't think people are going to show up for a teenager becoming Black Panther. Like, I don't think there's a big connection there. But I don't know. Guys, what do you think about Nate Moore's comments on Black Panther 3? What do you think about his comments about the rumors of T'Challa being recast, being not true, but never say never, blah, blah, blah. Whatever you think, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. All right, let's grab these comments here. Dwight, you thought Nate Moore was gone. Yes, Nate Moore is moving on. That does not mean that he has left immediately. Excuse me, he is leaving after the end of the year, and that just means he's gone from Marvel. That does not mean he's gone from every Marvel project. He is still over Captain America 4, and he will still be attached to Black Panther 3. You can do stuff like that in Hollywood. You don't have to be under a company to still be in charge of a project. Amy Pascal, for example, she got fired by Sony. What was it, back in 2015 because of the Sony email leaks? But she's still in charge of Spider-Man. She was the one that was negotiating with Kevin Feige for them to make that big deal between Sony and Marvel. So she's still on board, even though she's not technically under Sony. So you can leave and still be in charge of projects. So that's the case with Nate Moore at this point. So yes, he will still be around. Regina, did you get to watch Aldous and Leverage episode? Yes, I did. I did get a chance to see him. And now this was a young Aldous. This was very young, so I do wonder if he could perfect his African accent. I did see that one episode with the African accent. Listen, I mean, I'm sold. If Aldous Hodge were to become the next T'Challa, I think that would be box office. We back in business. We getting $1 billion plus, and it's over with. But you know, it's up to Marvel. If they want to be cute and if they want to dance around this type of stuff, that's on them. If they don't like money, that's on them. Thank you for that. Natalie, they're really making T'Challa King Tut an 8-year-old. Yeah, I hope not. I hope not. That's not something to get people out their butts, you know, to put the butts in seats. I don't see that happening. I mean, they might do it, but if they do, it'll be incredibly bad decision making. Very, very bad. Let's see. Dancing Dog, what you got? Marvel can just bring in T'Challa from the new Fantastic Four universe. Easy fix. Kevin Feige should hire me. Sure, that's fine too. You know, if you want, I mean, that'll be an interesting T'Challa. He might come with the cape. That T'Challa might come with the cape. But yeah, I don't care. I don't care what universe you get him from. Just go get him. Go get him. Actually, don't bring Star-Lord T'Challa. We don't need to do that. Go get the Black Panther T'Challa. Thank you. William, Wakanda gets a new king every movie. Jesus. I see that is something I don't want. That is something I've been saying that I've been trying to warn people about, that when we keep doing this, revolving door of characters or mantles, it waters it down. It's not going to be good. It's just not going to land. It's not going to connect with people. So I hope they don't do that. But we'll have to wait and see. Michael, what you got? Marvel doesn't seem to have learned its lesson from Mahershala Ali's Blade. We need a good script before signing on Denzel. Well, to be fair, Marvel didn't announce this like they did with Blade. Denzel announced this without anyone's consent. So I can't throw Marvel under the bus for that. Marvel did not put that out. Marvel was just they didn't say nothing. Denzel spilled those beans. So I would not say that that's the same situation. I wouldn't say that. But all right, guys, that is it for today. I want to thank y'all so much for hanging out with me on this weekend, on this Saturday. Appreciate y'all. Like I said, be on the lookout. I'll post my little video with Harold and Morris Chestnut coming up very soon. Nothing too crazy, just out there partying, nothing crazy. But yeah, stay tuned. We'll be back. Captain America is coming out this week. It is this week, right? Yeah, this coming week, I believe. So make sure you stay tuned for that. I should be linking up with Just My Opinion, maybe. I think we'll do a spoiler review for that. Talented one. What you got? Secret Wars variant T'Challa survives. Shuri struggles to accept them. He comes through for T'Challa Jr. Shuri comes around as they say Wakanda forever. So fine. Good. Fine. That's fine by me. That's fine by me. That works for me. You see, it's not hard. It's not hard. Anyone can come up with one of these stories. It's not hard. But anyway, but yeah, so stay tuned. We'll be talking about Captain America 4 next week. And I think that's about it. But anyway, guys, have a great rest of your weekend. You know the routine. Wash your hands, wash your butts, and everything in between. And until next time, see you guys later. Peace.